look, it's my favourite person, Clare Hamilton.
Hello there, Sara Cox.
Am I your favourite person?
Oh, yeah, sorry. Hello, Sara Cox, my favourite person.
You always leave me hanging for these things.
Yeah, but babe, you know this stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? Am I your ride or die?
Yeah, you absolutely are. I'll reassure you all the time if you need me to.
Am I the Beyonce to your Miley?
You're the...
The Chaz to your Dave?
Yeah.
That's sort of at a glamour level, isn't it? Although you do look very glamorous today.
Thanks.
More on that in a second. But for now, hey, hello, lovely people. Welcome to Teen Commandments, the show where we try to make sense of the often interesting, I twitch, brain of our teenagers. Hope you've had a fantastic week. Me, Clare Hamilton, not me, Clare Hamilton, me, Sara Cox, and Clare Hamilton, down the bottom of my garden in the shed, just chatting shit about life and raising teens. This morning, because Claire comes and stays over the night before the pod, and Ben came back upstairs. We're all pootling around. Everyone's getting ready. The kids getting ready for school and college. And he came up and he went, Claire's hair's nice, isn't it? And I said, it's always nice. I said, she's a hairdresser. Her hair's always going to be nice. But yeah, it is lovely. And he went, not always. And I went, what? And he went, I remember one morning when you were heading down to do the pod.
Yes, I remember this.
And the windows were open in summer. And we were on the decking. And he said, and I heard you go to Claire. It looks a bit wild. Is it supposed to look like that? You know, when you had your hair
Yeah, I remember.
ruffled and big, like you're just... Scrunched, like you'd just been flung around by a toy boy.
But I hadn't. Do you know what it is? It's that flipping water down south. It's so hard to do your hair in London.
It's horrible. When I go up north, I'm like, let me shower. I don't want to see any family. I just want to run a shower over my head the entire time. It's so lovely and nice at the water up north.
Yeah.
It was funny, Benny was like, and she didn't care. I was like, no, I said, I could say anything to Claire. He was like, if it had been anybody else, it would have been really rude what you'd said. But because it's Claire, you're just so honest with each other all the time. Because also you didn't take me on. You were like, yeah, it's supposed to be like this. It's scrunched.
Yeah, shut up. I've done it on purpose.
I was like, oh, okay, fine.
You carry on with your knitting. I'm doing this.
No, is that the northern saying that you said?
Yeah, you carry on your own knitting.
Have you had a nice week?
I've had a lovely week, thank you. I've had a really exciting little weekend, which was really nice. I got overly excited about my son, which was great.
What's he doing?
So I was invited out for drinks at work, and it was a massive hard no because I'm being really healthy. Building up to the six-pack revolution, going on that again very soon.
Yes, that's kicking off soon.
Yeah.
So all the hairdressers were going out on the L to the A to the SH.
Yes, sorry, that took me a minute. I was like, where were they going? Right.
Lapland? What's she spelling?
Lap dancing. Oh, no surprise with some of them. Yes, they were all going out, and I was like, definitely not. And they kept trying all day. You sure you don't fancy a little glass of rosé? Ooh, I could really do with a nice cold glass of rosé right now.
And how were you feeling? Were you like, no,
hard
actually,
no.
Nah.
Definitely hard no. I just wasn't feeling it. I've been not drinking for a while. And then I get home, and my son was going out with his mates, and they were all going to a barbecue, a family barbecue, and it's his friends from school, so I know the parents and stuff. And I'll see you later, so bye. And then I got a little text going, Mum, why don't you come for drinks? Samina's here and she cooks a great curry. And she just said, come down for some wine. Wild horses could not have kept me away from having a drink with my son. I've never done it in my life. I was like, I went running upstairs, had about 5 outfits on. I was doing my hair and makeup. I was like, stay calm, stay casual. And then I got a little ding. Don't embarrass me, by the way.
I'll take the feather boa off. That's too much. And the top hat. Was it like a movie montage, like in Pretty Woman, where she's coming in and out the dressing room in like different outfits each time?
Yeah,
but your small dog was Richard Gere in this analogy, yeah.
And I had permission to go and sit with him, and I sat with his 3 mates from school. They were talking about who's going to be whose best man. It was dead sweet. They were taking the mickey out of each other, but they were drinking. I've never seen that side to them before because I've seen them growing up as teens. And then they were reminiscing, saying, "Oh, do you remember your mum's hot chocolate, Claire? You do the best hot chocolate." And I was just sat there with the biggest, cheesiest grin, and I had the best night. I only stayed for an hour and a half because I got drunk quite quick and had to go.
Well, that was my next question. You didn't go in too hard, did it? Did it end okay?
I just knew. I thought, you know me, I'm a lightweight now, aren't I? I can't handle more than 2 glasses.
My God, yeah, you really are.
I really am. And so I knew. And they'd not even brought the curry out or anything, but I thought, I've got to go home.
It's quite good. I'm really embracing this time of life where sort of one drink's kind of enough.
Yeah.
Really, like...
2 drinks, you're dancing on the table.
2 drinks, I think, I'm going to feel that in the morning. And I just don't feel great. I don't know if it's a confidence thing where I'm like, I don't feel like I need to get a bit twatted to be able to have a good time. I could just have 1 drink and just be like, oh, that was a real treat.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I always struggle with that because I always want another one.
You do.
Even though I don't need one.
Yeah, you've always wanted one more. You've always been the one more.
Yeah.
You found me on a balcony in South Korea when we were modelling there. I was like, I mean, not condoning this. I was new enough collapsed from booze. And she got me up off the balcony by waving like, was it a gin and tonic in your hand? Going, come on and have another gin and tonic.
I put it under your nose to sniff it. And you...
like smelling salts.
Come on. You were half falling asleep and then you just pinged awake and was like, oh,
followed like a little a scruffy little dog following a sausage on a string.
You were like a bird in a nest. You opened your little mouth to be fed, and I poured it in. There you go.
That's so nice. So that is a little shift where you're socialising with your kids.
Yeah, and I got away with not embarrassing him. So it's a big tick. And so that, very exciting. Tell me about you, though. Yours has been much more glamorous, hasn't it?
Well, it's been very busy, babe. I have been at Radio 2 in the park in Chelmsford. And they're great these weekends because you see the other DJs. And because I get a bit socially anxious, I'm always like, oh, God, I've got to see everyone and do small talk. And I hate it. But actually, when you're there, it's actually really nice to see everyone. And I got to do a show with Ramesh Ranganathan, who I love.
Oh, you got great feedback. I've been reading those comments online. Everybody said it was really, really funny.
Well, we keep saying that the magic of me and Ramesh is that we just do it once a year. We were saying on air, like, we just do it once a year. That's the magic of it. He's really funny, obviously. He's a comedian. And there's no better feeling than making a comedian laugh.
Absolutely.
With your own little quips. You're like, yes. Yeah. So that was all good. I've worked with Trevor Nelson, who I've known for donkey's years. Got to meet Jazzy B, one of my teen heroes. Amazing. Club Classics Volume 1. You know the old don't meet your heroes thing?
Yeah.
He was a nice guy. He was we interviewed him on air and he was a bit of a, how do I put this?
Oh, say it. But what?
He was a bit of a boomer. He was a bit old school, sort of like, because we had this sort of running gag because he was saying he was pleased he'd met Joe Wiley, and I jokingly was like, oh, devastated because I'm your number one fan kind of thing. Yeah. So I was like answering back a bit, and Jazzy B was like, this is really good. The women are now empowered to have this voice and speak back at someone. I was like, you know what, Jazzy B, I've been mouthing off near a microphone for 30 years now. This ain't you, babe. Yeah. This gobby bird here on the radio talking. This isn't, I'm not just unshackled myself from the sink and, come here.
Yeah.
I faded down his mic because I was in control of all the buttons. Yeah. I was like, I've also got the thingy of the mic. And I was like, it's Jazzy B, don't be mean to Jazzy B. And just quickly, I had some family there, which is always really nice, but I was working non-stop. It was all over like iPlayer and all that jazz. And we had to introduce bands on stage and stuff. So I managed to slip away and just go and see my family quickly in the guest area. And there's loads of other people's guests in there. And this couple came up and they were super polite. And they were like, can we have a picture, please? I'm like, okay, of course. So I have a picture with them. And then I get the classic, we listen to you every morning.
Oh.
So I'm like, okay, I'm not on. I'm
no,
not,
you don't.
And I should have just gone, thanks. Instead, I'm like, I'm going to pull at this head. I'm like, you think I'm Zoe, don't you? No. I don't think you're Zoe. Well, what's my name then? You're on every morning. Do you know who you've just had a picture taken with? Yes, you're on every morning. Are you on Magic? I'm like, this is a Radio 2 event.
Have you seen the big BBC
You know that
sign?
big 2 over there? Like, that's your little clue. And I was just like, don't worry about it. It's fine. And my brother was like, Jesus.
Oh, that's funny. funny.
So good. And just on that as well about can some of the pop stars get the name of the event right? Can they? Fuck? It's so funny when they're on stage. So Jazzy B was like, yo, party in the park. And I'm like, that's fucking capital. It's not all that. They're not going to be clipping that up. And I guess the adrenaline, when you're on stage, you're like, what is this again? Def Leppard came in to see us. I got him to do a little video for an old schoolmate who used to be mad on Def Leppard.
Right.
It was like, Becky, great to see you. Wish you were here. Here we are in Cheltenham. I'm like, we're in Chelmsford. And then he's on stage and he's going, BBC in a park. We're like, no, it's Radio 2 in the park. The ones who get it, the savvy ones, like Ollie Murs and Anastasia, they've got it down. They know we're going to be...
They've had their media training
properly.
Yeah,
exactly, yeah. They know we're going to be clipping that up and playing it out on air. But it was a knackery weekend. Yeah. It was lovely. So if any of you listening came down, thanks for coming down.
I liked your yellow dress, by the way. Yeah. I was like, look at her. She thinks she is there.
Did I look a bit like if Shirley Bassey and Big Bird had a secret affair?
Yeah.
Hey, Big Bird. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, big yellow frilly floaty long thing.
I want you to wear that to my wedding if you ever get married.
It was, I had on underneath it a very tight, flesh-coloured, slip, I think they're called. Like a long underskirt that goes up over your bra and everything.
What, like a Spanx version?
Yeah, because it was kind of a bit see-through and it was so hot in that tent where I DJ'd.
Right.
I had to peel it off after. I mean, I could have wiped down the stage with it afterwards. It was so wet from my own sweat. I could have put it through a mangle and got a good pint of sweat off of it.
You should have peeled it off and chucked it into the crowd.
Oh, yeah. It would have took me about 9 minutes to peel it off.
What's you doing?
I put a really long song
left.
on. I'll just put an album on. And I had that, and I had a pink corduroy suit. So a shout out.
Nice.
Stevie B stylist. I've been styled. I've got to 50, in the business for 30 years, and I've finally gone.
Eventually.
I need a stylist. I need someone to help me. And she's amazing because she just...
You did. You look great.
Try on loads of clothes. She comes around with loads of clothes, and then she goes, right, you're wearing that with that necklace. I mean, all menopausal women should have a stylist who comes around and goes, right, you're wearing this with this shoes and this necklace and this bangle, and you go, right, okay, thanks, Steve.
Brilliant. I was like, oh, she's been shopping.
Well, normally what I did last year? No word of a lie. I mean, I literally would get out a T-shirt, sniff the armpits, give it a shake and be like, right, I'll wear that. And I wore like a weird like rah-rah skirt that's part of my holiday clothes. That's what I wore last year.
That doesn't surprise me. You're the one that taught me about turning knickers inside out.
Oh, yeah, inside out. And then if it's a G-string, you can rotate it 3 times then, because then you can have the gusset on your hip twice. And Ben was like, saw that picture of you in that 3-piece corduroy bright pink suit. I was like, yeah, go on. No, it was nice. It's not used to seeing you dressed like that. I kept saying to people, imagine Sandy Toxvig in you in her wedding vows. That's the look I'm going for with the pink corduroy suit. But it was nice.
It was lovely.
I got so many compliments, but mainly because people are like, oh, you're not in a...
You look nice.
Yeah, it was that. Oh, you look so nice. Like with a question mark at the end, I was like, thanks. Coming up a little bit later, by the way, to quote Pink Floyd, hey, teacher, leave them kids alone. I just love how confused you look whenever I start singing.
I just never know what's going on. One, you're out of tune, so I don't know where you're going with it.
Hey, you know in that other act when we mentioned Bob Marley and I were like, 3 little birds. I think I sang Nelly Furtado. When I heard it back, I was like, oh my God.
What on earth?
What a dick. So later on, it's all about school rules. But now, drum roll, please. Welcome to Clare Hamilton's guide to what to do with your house and your teenagers when you're preparing to go away on holiday. You're off with your mum, aren't you?
I am going to Portugal tomorrow.
Exciting times.
Yes.
What time did your mum ring you about it?
11:45 last night. She didn't realise the time and she rang me to see if I was excited. It's like, no, I'm fucking asleep, Sylvia.
So in your head, your internal monologue was like, what the fuck, I'm fast asleep. But what did you say?
Are you all right? Is everything all right?
Everything okay? Because as we discussed on the last episode, our parents are getting a little bit older. We're stuck between them and our teens. So when your phone rings at night and it's a parent or any family member, really, you proper pick up.
You panic.
Case as an emergency. But she was just ringing for a chin wag, was she?
Yeah, she was ringing for a chin. Yeah, she was dead excited. So my mum has not been travelling for almost, I think it'll be about 12 years because my dad was sick and she's not gone anywhere. And she used to be cabin crew, my mum, many years ago.
Did she?
Yeah. And I grew up with her telling me that the best place in the world is an airport. And she's always had that in her heart. And so when I said to her, do you want to go away? She was round at my house within 20 minutes with her expired passport saying, yeah, I'm desperate to. I never thought you'd ask.
This is so amazing. Also, I love how dreamy she is about airports. She's going to have a rude awakening when you get there. Because back in the day, that's been when you'd like have a ciggy on the go and somebody would like vaguely look at your passport. They probably wouldn't scan your bag. So there's no worry about liquid. You could take like 8 cans of your Elnet or whatever you needed, your Vosine.
Yeah.
There's been no stress like that.
None of that. Manchester Airport, you go through security, they're just bellowing at you like, move this way! We all know Maria.
That's lovely though.
Yeah.
That's so nice. I'm excited for you.
So we're going away and...
You did get that passport sorted then, did you?
Yes.
Well done. Excellent.
Let's have a minute. Yes, I did. Yeah. And it's her 80th and my 50th, the start of. So I've emailed the hotel as well and told them we expect fireworks and stuff. I don't know if that'll happen.
Fantastic. They should pop a little something in your room, maybe.
I hope so. Everything will just add to it. She's very, very excited.
I hope they get it the right way around with who's
Only you could say that to me.
I mean, actually, it's absolute bullshit because you're looking so good at the moment.
Hey, she's got a bikini though. She's been and got herself a little bikini.
That's so good. I wish I had that confidence. I've not wore a bikini in years.
No, me neither.
I'm a full swimsuit because of my crinkly belly.
Yeah, she's going for it. She don't care.
I see women on holiday and I see women when they've got a bit older that they've gone back to the bikini, they've circled back. Or is she ripped, Sylvia? She got a six-pack?
Well, I don't know. She might reveal something to me. I've not seen her in a bikini.
I was going to say, when was the last time you saw her in a bikini?
Imagine.
Yeah, imagine if she strips off on day one and she's got like a bodybuilder body. You know, the women who've got the sort of all the fake tan on her, the tiny,
doing all of that.
the little positions with
by the pool.
Boom, boom.
Go
like
get me
that.
a pina colada. Right, Sylvia.
Be fuming. Well, this is exciting that you're going away with your mum.
It is, isn't it?
So I presume you've locked your 2 children out of the house and they'll just have to go elsewhere so that your lovely home stays okay.
That would be ideal.
Who's minding the dog?
The kids.
Not helpful. That laugh isn't helpful. I'm so sorry. Are they okay with looking after Poochie?
Yeah.
She's quite low maintenance, isn't she,
She's
Ruby?
really low maintenance, and my daughter dotes on her as well. She probably won't get walked quite so properly as she should be.
Yes.
She'll probably get to the end of the street and back, if that.
But she's just a little Poochie, and your daughter loves her, so that's the least of your worries. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
What's your biggest worry? Because you're going away sort of midweek.
Yeah, it's a working week. They've both got jobs. They've both got to get up in the morning.
What's the situation at the moment we're getting up?
My daughter does it fine. My son has to be lured out of bed with some sort of breakfast.
Right. You're going to have to build before you go some sort of Wallace and Gromit style contraption that's got like...
times and hits him on the head.
Yeah, so a timer comes and it hits him on the head and then a sausage starts frying in a pan and then some socks are lowered from somewhere and go on its feet. Have you got time to do that? Have you packed?
No, I didn't think of that.
I mean, this could be quite a good learning process for him that he's got to get his arse out of bed himself.
Or he'll get sacked.
Yeah.
Basically.
So what have you said to them?
So I've told them that all dishes have got to go in the dishwasher. We can't have a mound of dirty dishes 4 days old when I get home. That's disgusting. And the laundry, I've done everything. It's all fresh.
So they're starting at ground zero. Everything is set and then the debris, the dirty dishes, the washing can build slowly up over 4 days.
Yes.
I'll tell you what I've started to do with the kids when we're away, even just for a night. Mm-hmm. When we're coming back, we keep telling them what time we're going to get back.
Right.
So we give them a bit of a fighting chance to go shit and just shove stuff into the dishwasher.
Okay.
Because if we tell them the day before we'll be back about midday, they won't listen. So you have to give them. So when you are setting off to come back from Portugal, you need to be like, we're getting on the plane now. And then you need to be like, we're landing. Please make sure the house isn't in a complete state.
Get all of the random bodies out that are all sleeping.
Clear out.
all over the house.
Take down the police do not cross tape that is around the house after the incident the other night.
Well, we're back on Sunday morning, so this is going to be a little bit of a test because it's Saturday night.
What have you said about people coming round?
I've not said anything because I'm just kind of... The last time I did this and went away for a couple of nights, I knew someone had been sleeping in my bed.
No.
I found a vape.
I would not be happy with that.
No.
Where was the vape then?
In between all my sheets and stuff. Like, okay.
Do you think it was a boy or a girl?
I think it might have been a couple.
No.
I do.
Because I was thinking, girl, not that bad. You don't want a sweaty boy in your bed.
Definitely. I do
But
think,
a couple.
Yeah, and they were both very protective of each other because I was asking them, was anyone round? They were both, no.
Okay,
Very
so they
quick.
were in cahoots about what had happened.
Yeah, definitely.
Do you think a young teenage couple had nookie
going into
in your bed?
now.
I'll ring Claire later. I'll be like, what's that noise in background? I'm just burning me. I'm burning my mattress in the garden before I go. I can't bear it. It is funny that though when you let young relatives come and stay because and we have Lola's lovely friend who comes round with their boyfriend sometimes, and I'm like, just don't think about it.
Yeah, it's happening.
You know what I mean? Is there stuff happening around the house
Of course,
as well?
Of course.
On my dining table, over the kitchen unit. You just don't know, do you? You just got to block that out.
Yeah, massively.
Did you change your sheets or were you tired?
I've changed everyone's... Oh, you mean when I got back?
So last time when you got back and you found a vape in your bed, be honest, did you change your sheets? I know her so well, isn't she?
I had a chop on vape.
You're like, oh, lovely. Melon flavour.
What else can I find? I'm starving.
Did you just pick off that crispy bit of jizz off your pillow? You're like, be all right, give it a shake.
My biggest concern is I've still got a leaky water tank and it's collecting water. And if this bowl doesn't keep getting replaced, we'll blow up and burn to death, basically, because it's quite dangerous. So I've had to get a plumber in tomorrow. It's the earliest that I could do it because I thought there's no way while I'm away, if I say to them, you've got to keep emptying this bowl, that will not happen.
Well, I was instantly going, you need a bigger bowl. You're going to have to get
fit.
Oh, God.
It's under pipe.
So is the plumber coming when you've gone?
He's coming while I'm on the flight tomorrow and he's just going to have to just fix it all. My friend's letting him in.
Oh, fine. That's good.
And it's being done.
Who's letting him in?
Donna.
Donna. Well done, Donna. Big up, Donna. So anyway, Donna can just stay for the few nights.
She's got teams of her own. She's like, fuck off.
Well done, though, Donna. Okay,
yeah,
good.
It's good. But I was nearly cancelling the holiday because I thought they'll blow up. If I can't
You
get
can't
a
do
plumber.
that. Sylvia's been working on that six-pack for months. As ever, if you've got any stories about preparing your teenagers for when you were going away for a relaxing couple of days, let us know, please. hello@teencommandments.co.uk. Claire, my kids are back at school and college.
La la.
It's beautiful. I've gone back to just having to make lunch for me or a bit of lunch for Ben if he's lucky. The whole trying to feed the kids before I went off to work was kind of tricky. I'd forget. Ben would be like, what are the kids having for lunch? Because they're bigger, I'm like, they're not going to starve.
Yeah, can they not just do it?
Can they just come and find some nourishment? And they will if you leave them to it a little bit.
Yes.
But they're back. They're happy to be back. They're back with their mates.
Stimulated properly.
Yeah, it's good.
It is good. It does feel good.
And it just feels like, right, a nice fresh start. Like you feel re-energised after sort of the slight floppiness of summer. It's good that they're back.
September's good for that, isn't it?
And
new
it's good,
beginnings.
Yeah, new beginnings, fresh new beginnings. Yes. And it's a bit like when you get back to school, it is quite a shock though, isn't it, to the system?
Yes.
When you remember just how many rules there are. Because you've been rule-free for most of the summer.
Yes.
And suddenly to get back to school, you're like, oh God, now I remember. I remember these bits. And
immediately you get bollocked. I used to, literally within 10 minutes. Clare Hamilton, stop running! Fuck off.
I mean, the thing is now as an adult, I never run down a corridor. I mean, when was the last time you legged it down a corridor? Why were we always running?
I mean, if you're late for class, you're late for class.
So we must have always been late if we
Yes.
were always running.
Yes.
And we were usually running in a small herd, weren't we? Sort of like clattering down a corridor.
Legging it though, proper legging it.
No, you're just like, I'm running a bit late. I might speed up my walk a little bit.
little
But
bit.
you're not like running. It'd be so weird.
Do you remember a teacher would say, right, go back to the end of the corridor and walk properly?
Why were we always late? Were we just chatting, just dicking about?
Having a fag in toilets.
Your stories always involve you just having a fact somewhere.
That's what the old day revolved around. When was the next fag?
Where were you? You weren't having a fag in the loos.
Oh yeah, in the downstairs loo. Told you about this. I could put a cigarette, flick it into my mouth when the teachers come in. Not that we weren't stood in a cloud of smoke and you could
That's
smell.
so funny. You know,
You're smoking in here.
it would have been so stinky, and like you say, the big cloud of smoke.
Yeah, massively.
When I lived briefly at my dad's, when I was like 17, I used to have a cheeky ciggy out of the farm bedroom window, and he'd come in like 3 seconds later and be like, "You all right?" And I'd be like, "Yep." Thinking, so thick. Like, how did I think that he couldn't smell it? I mean, I can smell a smoker's breath now from like 100 yards away. I'm like a bloody sniffer dog at Heathrow Terminal 5. Yeah. Like, you can it's
really
so
smell it.
stanky.
When my mum has a cigarette in the back garden, I can smell it through the house.
Well, when
completely.
you were used to
I was
smoke and you
smoking,
don't
yeah.
know, which is, I'm fucking so proud of you. I'm so you've not started again, have you? No.
I've got one in my mouth now. And do you remember that as well? When you do eventually get to class and they just make you stand outside because you were late. So the whole thing dominoes, doesn't it? Now you stood outside the class. Then the head, it's always the head or the deputy head, sees you stood outside. So then comes and investigates why. Then you end up in fucking detention.
Or once you get to class, if they don't make you wait outside, they then say, I need to talk to you after. Stay behind to talk to me. Because you're going to get told off for being late. So then you stay behind. So then you're late for the next class and you have to leg it there.
Yeah, and it's just a whole domino of pain, isn't it, really, the whole day?
I mean, school doesn't really, I don't think it prepares you for the workplace.
No, it doesn't.
Because all the random rules that they had.
Who has to do lines in a workplace?
I must remember to photocopy the contract quicker. I must remember to photocopy. Can you imagine?
I must remember to make that brew for Barry. I mean, all mine were, I must be quieter in class. I've still got loads of them, but you just used to do I, must.
Yeah,
must,
yes.
in your best fountain pen because you want to try it out. Like, amazing.
By the end, I just remember the lines would start off mine would start off quite neat, and then by the end, it just looked like I'd let a dog do it or something. It was just so massive. And because by that point, you had like a sort of wrist injury trying to copy it out.
It was just really painful, wasn't it, after a while? And do you remember you'd always get a naughty one in detention who point blank refused to do any lines? I always used to love watching that person.
You're like, whoa.
They're going to get so
You're like,
good.
amazing, man. I'm in detention with Dean. He never does his lines. It's so good.
He's got a ruler out and he's flicking rubbers at people and he's doing nothing. Because if you weren't in the naughty class and you got a detention with one of them, you got an insight into like how much fun they had.
You're like, oh, this is great.
I want to be in your set.
So Claire, like a late night discussion, yeah. Apart from smoking in the toilets and running in the corridors, what else did you mostly get in trouble for?
The main thing I can remember is always having to kneel down when we got in school. We used to have to line up, a few of us girls, and kneel down on the floor and have our skirts measured. The length of the skirt.
You've told me this before. That is so mad. Why couldn't they just see how far above your knee they were?
Yeah, well, I don't know, because there was always a measurement that we had to abide by, and if it was above that and she had a tape measure, Miss Wood, I can remember her doing it to us.
Your skirts must have been really short if you could kneel and they could measure to the floor.
Yeah.
Because you think if they were just above your knee, the skirt would be touching the floor when you knelt.
No, mine would definitely not. Mine was like a little band of lycra, my school skirt.
Did you have? Oh my God! I've just had a flashback when you had to have a black school skirt, and you would get a lycra school skirt.
Get a lycra one from Market.
Oh my God! I'd forgotten that.
And your tights, you'd have your tights on. I used to double up my tights and then put that lycra skirt on. All your makeup would be stripped off.
Oh, the makeup
They had
thing.
mascara sensors. I don't know how she always knew that I had mascara on.
That is still very much a thing
Yeah,
now,
it
for
is.
sure, because my daughter had that, where she's got some friends who've just got naturally dark lashes and dark brows,
Right.
and they'd be taken off to try and wash the face. And it's like,
They're
no.
not having the eyelash tint though. 'Cause
It's just like, that's my face, miss. Like, you're trying to wash off my features. That's just what my face is. On the one hand, with girls and makeup at school, it's quite nice if they're, if they're not allowed to have it on, because then
Yeah.
they just get up and go to school and they're not worried about how they look as
I
much.
don't understand this rule though, if I'm honest. I don't see why they can't just enhance the features if they want to a little bit. It gives them more confidence. I used to hate and always have hated being without makeup. I don't like it. And sometimes I think, why don't, especially as they're getting older and if they've got skin trouble or whatever else, maybe they should be able to wear a little bit.
I think they should have the choice. So if they
Yeah.
want to have a little bit of coverage on, I mean, they can't go for like a glittery eyeliner, and contouring. But
Yeah.
if they have got the odd spot and they just want to cover it up with a little BB cream or something like that, I think that should completely be allowed. With my daughter's school, they were super strict on makeup, and then they started to relax as she went up through the years. So now she's
Right.
doing her GCSEs, they can wear full makeup if they want. But what's quite nice, because they've been given that choice, they've nothing to rebel against.
Yes.
And sometimes she can't be asked.
Yeah, that's
and,
it.
And she
You
still
say-
looks gorgeous. She doesn't
Yeah.
need any makeup on.
I guess in our day though, it was blue eyeliner and blue mascara, wasn't it?
No, I didn't think I went down the blue route. Were you blue?
Yeah, I was blue because my mum was blue, and so I just copied her.
I'm trying to think of I've always loved a bit of bronzer, you know that now.
Well, yeah.
There was that pod where it looked like you'd held an iron to me cheekbones, remember? 'Cause also, we're on YouTube, and we obviously film this and we're on YouTube, but we're both so lazy. I think you even said it. Oh, it's quite strong, that blusher. It needs rubbing in. I was like, I can't be asked. And then on the last episode, I was like, yeah, you look nice. I'm like, you look a bit shiny. Have you got any powder? And you're like, I'll be all right. I can't be bothered.
I just don't care.
People don't care. They know that we're not highly polished, are we? We don't care. So long live the art of not caring that much about how you look. So far, the rules from 1980s secondary school was no running in corridors,
Yes.
for sure. School skirts had to be a certain length.
No makeup.
No makeup.
No chewing.
Oh, God, the no chewing.
Yeah.
And the whole thing about if you swallow your chewing gum, it's going to stick your lungs
Yeah.
together. Like, oh, no, will it? And there'd definitely be detention, and you'd probably have to do lines in detention.
Yes, so you'd end up with arthritis from massive wrist action.
Exactly. And we managed to say massive wrist action without doing a cheeky look to each other. And the smoking thing, where you were always nipping off for a fag, I smoked more in sixth form, I think. Mine more was when we were allowed out to go, because as you go through the school, that was it. If you had permission from your parents, you didn't have to go to the school canteen, you could go out.
Yeah, we had that in the 5th year. We could go out.
At lunchtime, I think us from like 4th or 5th year, we could go out. It was like a whole new world.
Yeah, it was brilliant. So you just go out and spark up a fag, wouldn't you?
Have a fag and get a pasty balm.
Do you remember looking into the staff room? You're walking down the corridor and you get a sneaky peek in. It was just a big cloud of smoke.
It was like a sort of underground late night drinking den from the 70s or
It
something.
really was. And they don't look at you like, how dare you look in this room?
So the thing is, with the door as well, it would always just open for a split second, wasn't it? Which made it all the more enticing. Like, what goes on in there? Because if you were one of the kids who'd you had to take the register or something
Yeah,
and
that's
hand it
right.
in, you'd be like, trying to have a little peek. What happens in this staff room? Is it a wild orgy? There's, people, you've got your head teacher, like, sniffing cocaine
Yeah.
off like, at the geography. Head of years, naked boobs. None of that was going on, of course. You ought to point that out for legal reasons. But
Well, you never know.
It just felt like it was wild
It
in
was,
there.
but you would catch the odd teacher that you didn't know smoked, wouldn't you? Something with a fag while they're having a butty out Tupperware or something.
Fag on the go, stood there in a pencil skirt. perm all a quiver. Yeah, the door, and it just would, the stink had hit you of fags in there.
Yeah.
Because when you're a teenager, you never thought of teachers as being humans.
Yeah, definitely not.
As having, faults or insecurities or stresses outside of school. And of course they did. If you were a teacher back in the day, if you're listening now and your kids are a bit older and you were a teacher, we'd love stories of smoking in the staff room.
Yeah, tell us what went on in that staff
what went
room.
on in there. And any memories yourself of being the one, who tried to get a sneak into the staff. Were you ever allowed in the staff room?
Yeah.
Let us know. hello@teencommandments.co.uk.
Oh, the affairs. All teachers had affairs.
Oh, we were obsessed with teachers having affairs
you'd
at
make
our
it
school.
up, but then when it came true and you were like, oh, actually, they really are having
Oh,
an
you had a
affair.
couple of PE teachers, didn't you? Fell in love.
I wonder how many classroom antics actually go on
with
after hours.
Come on, teachers, tell us everything we need to know. Come on, teachers, tell us everything we need to know. Dish that dirt. hello@teencommandments.co.uk. We'd love your stories about school rules, the ones you broke, the ones that drove you absolutely mad, the ones you miss at work. Maybe you've got a junior at work right now. You wish you could sit down and make them do lines about their attitude to punctuality. Let us know, please. All that good stuff. As ever, we love your emails about anything to do with raising your own teenagers. Maybe your teens have been breaking the rules at school recently. Let us know.
Most definitely. Yeah.
You can always remain anonymous. hello@teencommandments.co.uk and any stories about teenagedom in general. We'll be back Wednesday for our Your Turn episode.
Most definitely will.
So keep your stories coming in for those. We absolutely love them and we love you for listening. Have a cracking week, Claire. I'll see you next time.
See you later.